Hello, and welcome to another Win Daily Sports show on this magnificent Mojito Monday. My name is Michael Brazil. I got my man Ghost here with me, and we are breaking down this gigantic 10 NBA game slate for DFS and betting purposes. We're here to make you money. I got my man Ghost here with me. First, make sure to go to windailysports.com/chat. Get 7 free days in that bad boy where we just talk about whatever you want, but as long as it is based on making money, that's what we're here for. If you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button. Hope that was a good one, Ghost, as those YouTubers love to say, because that is what they need us to do. And I think that's it. That's housekeeping. Ghost man, how you doing on this Mojito Monday?
I'm doing well, bro. It's Mojito Monday. Gonna make some mojitos after, watch my Montreal Canadiens. Hopefully beat the Canucks and mix in a little NBA. Nice relaxing Monday. I know New York's getting a snowstorm, apparently, I've heard. So Rocker called me today and he was like, oh, I finally know what it's like living in Canada for like 6 to 7 months of your winter. I was like, yep. That sounds about right. So
that's Rocker's still my joke. That was going to be my joke, because I look out. I have a basement window right up to the right of me here, and I can't see out it anymore because that's how much snow we got. I think we have over a foot already. It's supposed to snow into Tuesday, and the advisory is not being lifted till like Tuesday at 5 p.m. So a lot more snow to come, a lot of shoveling to be done. My back is going to hurt, and I am not excited about it. But the funny thing is, that is your like just regular Monday in Canada. This is our once in a 5-year snowstorm here. So it sucks. And there's Sia with snow. Shut up, Sia. Pick me more golf wins. But we are here to break down this NBA slate. 10 games.
Sia's out there kicking field goals.
Trying to right? It's 65 degrees in Florida.
Living the good life.
But we are here. Oh my goodness. There he is. This man. Rusling paving and concrete for all your snow plowing needs, apparently. Now I still got my hat right here. I've been waiting for you, man. Feels like a month. But we are here. We are having a good time. All right. So we have a 10 gamer. It doesn't lock till 7:30. They gave us a little bit of time, so we get to enjoy ourselves. Oh, let's talk. What do we got? We got Temmer. I'm a truck driver and stuck in Albany, New York, and DFS is my medicine. Well, buddy, we're gonna make you some money. And just because of that, I'm gonna make sure Ghost gives you a couple extra plays that maybe he wouldn't have given everybody. But because this is our Mojito Monday, hopefully you're not driving your truck. You can drink a mojito, play some NBA DFS, and have some fun with us. So that is what we're here. And hey, we got some news, it looks like. Dragic and Bradley are playing. I don't know if we knew that before. I haven't looked at really too much in terms of the plays, but I'm excited to do it. All right, let's break it down, Ghost Man. First game, Los Angeles Lakers and Atlanta Hawks. Lakers are favored by 6.5, over under of 219, but we have some big news. LeBron, Anthony Davis, Trae Young, all questionable currently. DeAndre Hunter is out. Bogdanovic, man, shout out to his parents, is out. Okongwu is questionable. And as everybody was wondering, yes, Jared Dudley is out as well. Ghostman, I mean, we really can't talk about this game too much without knowing what the hell's happening. But what are some of your initial thoughts on this type of game?
Just before I start, I'm going to say hi to Zervich in the chat, because I see my screen's kind of blowing up right now just with
up,
like 27 hellos in a row. So what's up, man? Just wanted to get that out of the way.
Wait,
Trey's listed. What's up?
Rusling paving.
Yeah, I was about to say Trey's probable. So I didn't really see him sitting this one out. Okay. You guys are literally stealing words out of my mouth. This is perfect.
That's why we love the chat.
Yeah. So this is I'm really curious to see how the Hawks use Clint Capella in a matchup like this going up against AD. It could be. A lot of people are talking about LeBron versus Trae and how it's a good matchup for him, and rightfully so. I mean, Trae is not exactly a defender that we like to avoid from an NBA DFS perspective. So you could definitely fire up LeBron in this matchup, but it's more so a battle of the bigs here between AD and Clint Capella, battling for rebounds, and just especially with how much the Hawks are using that pick and roll with Trae and Clint. I'm expecting a ton of minutes for AD tonight, and obviously we say it time in and time out again that minutes equate money. And you know what? AD's averaging, I don't know if it's a career low for him. I don't have the stats right in front of me, but just over 9 rebounds per game. I would imagine it's one of, if not the lowest output of his career. So he has flashed the upside that I don't even want to say it's upside. It's just what he does, where he gets 14 to 17 rebounds a night. And he's had multiple games like that this season. And I really do think that, you know what, it could be one of those games. In the past 4 games, he's averaged over 20 field goals per game, including those that he drew fouls. So for those of you that don't know, when a player shoots the ball and it results in a foul and he goes to the free throw line, it doesn't count as a field goal unless it actually goes in. So I obviously take those into account. Just because he got fouled doesn't mean he didn't take the shot. So 20 plus field goals for AD and in the past 4, the volume is there, and that's scary when you get a guy of his ceiling. So large in part, I'm avoiding this game in general. But if you are attacking it, I really do like the big man matchup there between Clint Capella and Anthony Davis. I'd probably write out Trey on the other side and then go to AD because I think AD gets the better of Clint Capella in this one. And obviously, you don't want to play them against one another. Obviously, you want AD to either body Clint Capella in the post or you want vice versa to happen. So if you are stacking this one from a stud perspective, that would be the only route that I would take. You go Trey thinking he, Clint Capella and ends up getting shafted in the paint there by AD all night long. And then you end up going LeBron if you think that Clint Capella absolutely bodies AD for some reason.
For some reason.
I don't think that's going to happen, but hey, anything's possible.
Crazier things have happened. I think this will actually be like a fun game to watch, which is pretty cool. So that's always nice. And yeah, I mean, I don't really get to watch. I don't know about you. I'm pretty sure Montreal's East Coast time, Eastern Standard Time, as we like to say here in the most important part of the world. But no, I mean, like, I don't really get to watch too many Laker games. They all start at 10. I'm kind of a go to bed early kind of person. So 10:30, I'm in bed. I really can't watch any of these Lakers games. I just put on a TV show and fall asleep. Office is off Netflix. Not sure if you guys knew. And you can't get Peacock on Amazon Prime, Amazon Fire Stick. So can't get the cock there, man.
How are you gonna take off they even took off Friends off Netflix up here too. So
we're not gonna get into this because Friends is one of the worst TV shows.
I know you can mute me. Can I mute you? Is that
no, you can't.
I'm trying to find the button.
Friends is one of the worst TV shows in recorded history, in my opinion.
Oh no. When
you have 5 characters and they all have one single character trait, how does that last 10 seasons? I've literally watched every single episode. Every single episode of Friends. All of them have the same joke in every single episode. So
it's such a good show. You sit on a throne of lies. Do not say that.
I love you, Ghost. But we also have a bone to pick. Ghost texted me multiple times yesterday. He's like, dude, I got it. Here, take this lock. How many of those bad boys?
There were 3 of them. Yeah, transparency. I like it.
I'm going to tell you, Ghost Man, I'm going to tell you no matter what you tell me.
Yeah.
But goddamn, that did not work out very well yesterday.
There were 3 of them, okay? I slammed, and I mean slammed.
Utah, much more than I did, I'm sure.
Utah money line because it was a pick'em when I got it.
Yep.
Because the line had moved once Donovan Mitchell got ruled in. I had a feeling he was going to play. Everything pointed to it. He was at morning shoot around. Very important, like just a side note when you're betting basketball too, like you got to keep up with that kind of stuff too, because you could really take advantage of some line movement there. So for all you that are just getting into it, or you end up doing it casually and you see that lines end up moving, most of the time it's not in your favor. It's likely because of something like that. So I was looking up Utah beat reporters, of course, going through my list that I save on Twitter, and I see Donovan Mitchell's perfectly fine in morning shootout, and I was like, hey, Mitchell's gonna play. I got Utah as a pick'em. They've covered in 11 straight. They're on a crazy streak. Denver has no weapons outside of Joker. Like Maul hasn't been playing all that well, and Porter Jr. hasn't been getting the minutes. And so I'm like, you know what? I gotta go Utah. Like Gobert's gonna. I don't want to say he could defend Jokic, but like he could contain him to like under 50 points. I guess I could say like, and that'll be enough for them. Like just don't let Joker get a 50-point triple double, and like you're in good hands. I texted my boy at half. Denver was shooting 88% from deep, 15 for 17 at half.
Not much.
They shot 68% from the field. I was like, okay, you just can't make this up.
Amen.
So it's going to be one of those. It happens. When you have a great game in 2K and then you see the other guys shooting like 90% from the field, you're like, you know what? It happens. Like it's just
a process.
It is what it is. Then I see Indiana minus 2.5. So I'm looking.
Embiid's ruled out.
Embiid's ruled out. I was like, you know what? 76ers blow without Embiid. They're terrible in general just because they're in the city of Philadelphia.
That's true.
So they just suck. But
trash.
They're so bad without Embiid. I was like, okay, Sabonis going to eat in the paint. Doesn't matter if, in Indiana's still missing Karis LeVert. Doesn't even matter. They don't even need it. Brogdon's going to have a great game, which he did. I ended up playing him in DFS. That was great. He had a great game. They're up by 17 going into the fourth. I don't even know why I didn't cash it out. That's just me being dumb, to be honest with you. But here I am. They're going up by 17. I have them minus 2.5. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get a beer. Everything's gonna be nice. Texted Mike. Everything's good. Yep. And they lose. I was like, bro, okay, here we go. Cavs minus 2.5 was the third one. Mm-hmm. They're up by 8.
Yep.
At half. Everything's well. They're controlling the pace. D'Lo's doing nothing. Drummond's going off. I was like, Drummond's going to get another 20-20 game, which he did.
Yep.
He went off too. And fourth quarter blown lead again. I was like, you know what? It's just one of those days where teams are up by 10 plus. Indiana's up by 17. It was just one of those days. I was not happy. Made good money in DFS, but I was not a happy camper on the betting side.
More importantly, we took the over in that Brooklyn game, and it hit very easily. Very easily.
What was the first thing? Okay, we got to tell people that too, because they're probably like, man, this guy lost 3 in a row yesterday. What's going on? What was the first thing I texted you? That it was like 9 in the morning or something.
I think it was. It was really early. Wakes up
like 9 in the morning.
Total Brooklyn game 146.5 takes over, and I was like, all right, dude, let's do it.
When I saw it, it was 246.5. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, that's high. Like this is really high. This is really. Sorry, Jack. We just don't like Philadelphia sports, man. I'm a Cowboys fan.
I'm not sorry, Jack.
I don't do that. I don't mess with the Eagles. And just for obviously being in Canada, I love the sport of hockey, and that's what I grew up playing. I hate the Flyers, so I just hate Philadelphia sports in general. So I woke up. I'm like, okay, let me see early action on the book. Got to redeem myself here, and I was like, you know what, 246.5. It's high. But we're here for the overs. Mm-hmm. And these teams do not play D. Yep. We're here for the overs. I was like, let's go.
And then that crazy ending came with it. And that was just, that was
what an ending. Yeah. It was also the highest scoring non-overtime game in NBA history.
I love it. Thankfully, I took the over. And it was almost like they almost hit 250. They almost hit 300. Yeah. That was just.
It wasn't even close. 3 minutes into the fourth. That's when I texted you.
Yep.
I was like, it's a lock, because it was like, I think it was the 9-minute mark. Brooklyn called the timeout, 9 or 10 minute mark, 9 or 10 minutes left in the fourth. And it was they were already at like 200 and I think it was like 244 or 243. Mm-hmm. I was like, yep, there we go. Lock it up. We're good.
We're good. I love it. So that's just a little bit of what goes tonight. Oh, I had Bulls minus 1.5 and Dame hits a buzzer beater 3. So the Bulls lost by 1. I would have hit that because it would have been 2. So that was a bad beat. That was a bad beat. But hey, man, we do this for fun. We do this because we love to do it. Let's go back to the actual games that we're talking about. Sorry, everybody. That was just a little bit of mine and Ghost weekend.
The benefits of having 7:30 lock. Stay on as long as you want.
We can kind of hang out for a little bit. Just champ Schroeder revenge game. I like that narrative. And how does he correlate with AD? Good question.
Oh, man, it was funny. DJ texted me this morning and he just sent me a picture of Schroeder in an Atlanta Hawks jersey.
Love it.
So I don't know if I could get there myself, but if you're playing him, no other analytics other than a revenge game scenario,
I respect
that. Get down with it. I will never say no to that. I'll respect it. So hey, I played Jeff Green against OKC because he played there in 2009. So and I said as a joke, I was like, the real revenge OKC game is not Kevin Durant, it's Jeff Green, and he actually did really well. So it worked out perfectly. But I'm always down for a nice revenge narrative.
Shout out from Jack. Respect.
You know it's all love, man.
Hate but respect Philadelphia. All right, let's move on. Charlotte and Miami. Miami is favored by 7, over under of 216.5. Tyler Hero questionable. Dragic is in, if I'm not mistaken. We already got that news. Terry Rozier is questionable. Iguodala questionable. Vincent questionable. Miles Leonard's out, if that means anything to anyone. Talk to me about this game. Anything good? Anything good rocking with this one?
Yeah, I would need a lot of the guys that you just named to be out in order to kind of pique my interest a little bit there. Play LaMelo Ball at 5,200 on FanDuel the other day, and that was just an absolute joke of a price. We told everybody in Discord, make sure you guys smash every FanDuel lineup with LaMelo Ball, and he absolutely went nuts. Obviously, it helped that Terry Rozier went down in the second half, but he was already at 30 FanDuel points, but he was already at 6 times his price by halftime he was going absolutely nuts. So it was nice to see him kind of get to run point and really do well there. So if Rozier's out, it's a good spot for him. One thing I'm kind of hesitant on is that it would be his first actual start. Mm-hmm. So the entire time we've seen him play, we've seen his minutes go as low as 17, 18 when they were playing that whole, he's a rookie that turns over the ball, blah, blah, blah. Then they realized he's the most talented player on their roster, probably one of the only talented players on their roster. And he was like, hey, we got to get this guy some minutes. Plays 31 against Milwaukee, absolutely goes nuts. So I'm hoping they give him full run, but at the same time, we've only seen him come off the bench exclusively. So curious to see what that looks like. But it would be a smash spot for LaMelo if Terry Rozier would be out. Don't sleep on Devontae Graham either. In spots like this last year where Rozier was out, Devontae Graham was a very, very productive player from an NBA DFS perspective. So he's sitting really cheap at FanDuel. I believe he's 5,400 or 5,500. Very, very, very cheap at a thin shooting guard position tonight as well. So I'll probably have shares of both if Rozier is out. On the Miami side, I don't think Tyler Hero is going to get cleared to play in this game.
So here, it does say is available for Monday's game against the Hornets. So that was about 5:30. Honestly, all the Miami guys are available, including Iguodala and Gabe Vincent. So everybody is the only person that's actually questionable from this game. It looks like is Rozier at this point.
Okay, I'm hesitant on Hero just based on a late scratch. Like I'm really curious to see if Adam Silver kind of steps in here because. People are probably like, what is this guy talking about? Tyler, a person that Tyler Hero lives with tested positive for COVID. So
who the fuck is Tyler Hero living with?
Yeah, that's none of my business. I don't.
I guess it's none of my business either. But like, dude, what are you doing?
I just bring the news.
What the hell are you doing, dude?
I just bring the news. And
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. I buy his jersey, and I bring the news, and I play him in the captain's spot and showdowns.
Love it.
That's it. That's where it stops.
Okay. But
that's the one thing I'm curious to see if Adam Silver kind of steps in here to make sure that we don't have a Rudy Gobert 2.0 kind of situation going on. So I don't know. You gotta keep an eye on that one closer to Locus. But like I would have the Miami Heat game on my TV if I'm playing Tyler Hero tonight. So I probably won't get there. I really do like Jimmy Butler in this spot though. Not gonna lie, I was a little nervous last game playing him because if COVID affects somebody like him for such a long time, it really took a toll on his body. But he looked like he was in amazing game shape. So I guess that's why Miami was sitting him out for a bit longer too. And he even said it. He was like, "Hey, I was going through conditioning for like the last week," because all the reporters after were like, "Hey, how'd you do so well in 34 minutes? Like coming off COVID, this and that." We've seen guys, even just another sport. We saw Jan Moncada like. Basically, like he looks ridiculously out of breath just walking to first base on a four-man walk. So for that, it was like, you know what, I was kind of worried about Butler, but he looked great out there, and he even said it. He came out and told the truth. He's like, "Hey, I've been conditioning for like a week on my own." So I really like this spot for him. You saw what he does. Everyone knows what he does for that offense, for their defense, just for that organization in general. So if there's one guy from the Miami side that I am playing, it's going to be him. And on the Charlotte side, give me Rozier missing this game, and I will have a ton of LaMelo Ball. That's for sure.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Two
kind of biased, kind of not biased, but just
rookie of the year. Guys, explain this. How do some lineups in single entry look so freaking weird and very, very untrustworthy and end up scoring 350 points?
So how do I explain this one?
He asked you to explain it, so I hope you can
There's
explain
no
it.
real like I don't want to say there's no real analytical perspective, but one non-analytical perspective that I kind of have is that if it fits too easy, it's probably not right. So if you make your lineup, we got our promo coming up.
It's coming.
So if it fits too easy, like if you lock in your core, whether that's 3 guys, 4 guys, 5 guys is typically the highest that I'll ever recommend going with a core. And then you see 3 surrounding players and they just fit perfectly. You have $0 remaining. It's probably not right. Because if you were able to do that, especially if you build lineups on your phone, that's another like non-analytical thing. If you were able to do that on your phone, just by clicking guys that you locked in your 5-man core and you saw 3 guys that you liked and they clicked in perfectly, $0 remaining, it's probably not right. We say that all the time with showdowns too. The second thing, more from an analytical standpoint, is that people when I say people, I mean the field. So the people that make up those contests, 40, 50, 60,000 people, the ones that you see 15, 20, 18, $12 on DraftKings, where it's 50K, 100K to first. The large majority of that field is so obsessed with not leaving money on the table that they'll make a pivot to a worse play just to not leave salary on the table. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that is that, if you have Lonzo Ball at $5,000 against Washington, like he was the other night, and you have even I don't want to say it's $1,000 left on the table because I wouldn't recommend leaving that much, but if you have a guard in the $5,500 range, let's say a Devontae Graham on FanDuel today is $5,500, and you're like, hey, I have $1,000 left, I have $700 left, let me just go from Lonzo to Devontae Graham. He's priced higher, means he has to score more points. Like it's a complete incorrect approach to take. So am I saying leave $1,000 off on the table? No, it's not a showdown slate. Obviously, you're capping your upside. You can't sort in our projection model and take the top 6 value guys and leave $20,000 left in salary. Like that's not what it's there for. So what you want to really do is that you have to stick to your guns on a play and say like, hey, just because if he's underpriced, he's underpriced. The perfect example the other night was DeJounte Murray was $6,600. Could I have gotten to Kyle Lowry at certain, and this was a week ago, not last game when Kyle Lowry went off there when Fred VanVleet sucked. Unfortunately, I played Fred VanVleet. Did have some lineups with Kyle Lowry, but had more VanVleet, so that's why I'm saying that. Last week, when Kyle Lowry absolutely stank it up against Sacramento, it was the perfect example. DeJounte Murray was $6,600. Kyle Lowry was $7,200. Kyle Lowry was over 40% owned. And realistically, I'm sure in a lot of your builds, you could have had that salary to go up from DeJounte Murray to Kyle Lowry. DeJounte Murray was just a better play, better spot, better everything from an analytical standpoint. Don't force the need to spend $0 remaining in your lineup.
I love it. Stick with us. Temur? Sorry, probably going to pronounce it. Just stick with us. Ghost is here to help. We're here to make him money. I promise you that. Calazio, that's a sweet name too. Young and Herter over 3.5 3-pointers made.
I wouldn't touch that. I never
seems like a lunch.
I never take props against LA defense. That's just a fact. I never take props against Lakers D. It's not a thing.
Rusling, paving and concrete.
For all your paving and concrete needs. Man, I miss saying that. That was
great.
Right.
It's fun. I practice saying DeJounte every night so I can sound like Ghost. Honestly,
he's the best.
So do I. I actually do practice saying DeJounte because Ghost says it like he's like French or whatever. Last question before we get back. Will the Wolves play in the play-in? No, the Wolves suck.
Unless the standings are reversed and we're playing bottom up, no.
Yeah, no, sorry, buddy. Maybe, but no. All right, let's move on. Oh, man, I hate windows sometimes. All right, New York and Chicago. Let's see. I have the Bulls favored by 3.5 points at home. Over-under sits at 218.5. What do we got for injuries? Wendell Carter Jr. is out. He's going to be out for a while, which kind of sucks. Otto Porter Jr. is signed. What is it, like 5 for 110?
Yeah.
Like, shout out to this dude's agent.
Playing 15 minutes off the bench. You'll love to see it.
You'll love to see it. And Nerlens Noel is questionable. Yeah, he's still questionable. So if that does anything from this game, I mean, the Knicks play it like the slowest pace. The Bulls just run and gun and play no defense. Like, this is such a weird clash of two different styles. How do you think this one's going to play out?
This game's a hard fade for me. Individual plays that I like would be Julius Randle. I love to pick against Wendell Carter Jr. and Lauri Markkanen, let alone when Wendell Carter Jr. is out.
Yeah.
That front court is
bad.
It is just really bad. So Julius Randle is the one key element of that offense that contributes on a nightly basis. If you want a flyer on FanDuel at the shooting guard position, again, a lot of them are going to be on shooting guard position because very, very thin would be IQ, Emmanuel Quickly. What was that? Who were we shaking hands? RJ Barrett?
Yeah.
RJ Barrett? not tonight. I can't get behind his price. They haven't dropped his price based on his recent output. So I can't get there, but I'm waiting for the day that Tibbs just, I don't want to say benches Alfred Payton, but like give him like 15 minutes maybe. And just let IQ take the reins out there. But Tibbs gonna Tibbs, man. He doesn't like playing his bench, let alone changing his rotation or changing starters. He doesn't like to do anything of that coaching nature. So
Love it.
I really wish we'll be able to see IQ more often, but hey, and especially with Alec Burks out there, he's a guy that really trusts his veterans tips too. So it kind of caps his upside. But if you want a flyer, Quickly's really been that guy that can, you know what, he can score a raw point per minute. Like if he like real points, not DFS points. He could score 25 points in 25 minutes tonight in this matchup.
I think it's really funny. I saw on the internet today, Emmanuel Quickly is the most popular basketball player in New York City, with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden all playing on the Brooklyn Nets. So that legitimately shows you, if you're not from the New York City area, how much people literally could not give a shit less about the Nets and only care about the Knicks. That is how ecstatic people are about this kid. Now, hopefully he pans out, because if the Knicks are one of the most highest valued franchises and haven't won since like 1996.
Oh my gosh.
It's been like 25 years and they're one of the highest valued franchises in all of sports here, like across the world. Like, it's insane. So if they ever get good, basketball will be more fun. Believe me, it's a fun team to root against. I
also have the Knicks, the Knicks with the points tonight.
Okay, cool. Because Bamster has the over in the Knicks game as well as the Bucks game, and then says the Bulls have lost 3 times at home now. I don't think they can lose today.
You underestimate the Bulls.
Yeah, buddy. The Bulls are bad. They're very bad. Also, check out, if you don't listen to the Low Post, Zach Lowe's podcast, just had a really, really interesting interview with a beat reporter from the Bulls, and goes over like their whole coaching saga and just how terrible they've been since that Jimmy Butler trade. Very interesting. I love the Low Post. I love those interviews he does. Very interesting. Definitely check that out. Let's move on. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Cleveland Cavaliers. No, the Timberwolves will not make the play-in game. This game looks ugly. Cat is out still. Jeez, I hope he gets okay. Drummond questionable. Russell questionable. Kevin Love's, he's been out. He's going to stay out. Larry Nance Jr. is out. Naz Reid is questionable. Matthew Dellavedova. Jared Culver is out. I mean, what the hell are we doing with this one, man? And we just saw this game last night.
Yeah, this one's really ugly. If Drummond sits, you can fire JaVale McGee pretty confidently. Crazy that I'm saying that in 2021. But then again, the other day we stocked the crop out of the Banana Boat crew. So that's what 21 NBA DFS is, man.
I love to see it.
Yeah, with Nance out, you can go with Jared Allen as well. He'll likely get the start over McGee. But McGee's really sneaky in this spot. So if Jared Allen gets the start, he's gonna smash. Don't get me wrong; he'll definitely smash. But if you're looking for a real, a leverage over the chalk in one of these 40, 50, 60,000 people tournaments, wouldn't mind me some JaVale McGee tonight in my lineups. That's for sure.
Love it.
Outside of that, it's pretty ugly, man. I do like Colin Sexton in this matchup, especially now that Drummond's questionable. This is a matchup that's like literally made for Colin Sexton. Fast, terrible matchup. Like, D'Lo is so bad. Like, I don't even want to talk about how bad D'Lo is on defense. Doesn't even play defense.
Does he play tonight? Because he played last night, and this is on the back-to-back. He was already questionable last night. He's questionable tonight. You think he plays?
He's probably done for the week. Like, I feel like he plays one game a week. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. There's something. I don't know. If he doesn't play, it's even better. You can fire up Colin Sexton tonight as a really low on GBP play. I'm hoping his ownership is low, depending on if Drummond's ruled out before lock or not. That could be very sneaky, especially on FanDuel. I will have a ton of Colin Sexton because shooting guard is so bad. It's really bad. In case you haven't been watching the past 15 minutes, where I've said it like 6 times by now.
You said it a few times.
Shooting guard is really bad. So I will have a ton of Colin Sexton there.
What about Chetty, Seti, or Jetty, depending on how you say his name?
I don't know if I could get there. I don't know.
Answer in French, please.
Ship up.
Nice. What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It literally means I don't know. I could get there.
No, it's fine.
Get there on FanDuel. I get there on FanDuel, not on DraftKings. On FanDuel, I could get there.
Portland and Milwaukee. Bucks are favored by 9.5. Over under of 235. Let's go. And our friend Bamster has the over in this game, if I'm not mistaken, too. I'm here for the overs, bud. I am here for the overs. Talk to me about this game.
If you're taking the over in this one, take Blazers plus 10. You could find it at plus 10 on some books. So make sure to grab that, because if it's going over, it's because Dame is keeping them in the game. Because if it's a blowout and you're seeing 3 quarters of Dame in the fourth quarter of Nazir Little and Gary Trent, and Gary Trent might not even play the fourth quarter because of how depleted their roster is right now. Like you're not going to go over in that case. So if you're taking the over, you need Portland to keep it close. Take Portland plus 10 and make a little same game parlay there. I love this game. Absolutely love it. Giannis is my favorite play on the slate because I do think this game stays close. In case you don't know what I'm betting now, just rewind 30 seconds. But who's guarding Giannis on the interior here? Cantor does not play D.
I was going to say, technically,
he doesn't even put his arms in the air. Like the guy tries to rebound and he's like this. And he doesn't even put his arms up to grab it. Like he waits till it falls in his lap.
Oh, here we go. So Rusling Paving and Concrete.
For all your paving and concrete needs.
Drummond rolled out.
Yeah, fire up. You could go one of Jared Allen or McGee.
I'm excited for the projections.
And then Sexton as well. I really like Sexton in this match.
Love it.
But yeah, getting back to so Cantor does not play D. Like he literally does not raise his arms. But we're here for the overs.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. I like it a lot. Giannis is gonna bulldoze his way through the paint. Who else is guarding him? Melo?
Rocco? Who?
The man might as well join track and field.
Him and PJ Tucker.
He doesn't play ball. He plays. Is that a thing? You play track and field? Anyway, it is now. It is on the show. It is on the show. He does track and field. He does.
I think it's. I think you do track and field.
You do track and field.
He does track and field. There we go. That's proper.
He does. Yeah, he does.
He
does track and field. Yeah, okay. Is that anyways?
I think so. Play Giannis.
He does track and field. He doesn't play ball. He plays. He does track and field. He runs. He runs for 36. Like Giannis is gonna bulldoze his way through the paint all game long. And then on top of that, now you have Dame. You know how many 3-pointers Dame averages throws up a game? Like, you know how many threes this guy chucks up into the air per game?
10.
Yeah, 10.8.
Damn, nice.
So almost 11 threes.
Love it.
11. Milwaukee is by far the worst at guarding behind the arc.
I love it.
Do the math, people.
I love it so much. All right, let's head back to the chat. We had a couple things. Mark, what's up, buddy? DraftKings single entry, Fox, KCP, Barton, Giannis, Zion, Reddish, Nadir, and Zeller.
I can't get behind KCP, but if you need a guard spot, move Reddish to shooting guard, and then use a guard spot if you could slide in a point guard if you need it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thoughts on Wall, DeRozan, Randall?
Never DeRozan. I'll never play DeRozan ever in my life. I'll never play.
It's coming from a Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, I'm north of the border. I will never play DeRozan ever in my life in DFS. But I really like Julius Randle tonight. Nobody's playing him, like nobody, and it's a smash spot for him. And I do like Zion a ton.
Yeah, Zion's the best.
John Wall. It's not that I don't like him. I just can't get there with De'Aaron Fox at 8,200. I hit the lock button on De'Aaron Fox today.
Lock it. This was in response to whatever you said in French.
No.
Okay. Bulls.
No, what? I said je sais pas. And he said no. That's like you saying I don't know, and I say no. Sounds like an echo.
No, just tell me. Bulls or Knicks, who do you guys like? So
I didn't get greedy tonight after yesterday because I never bet when I'm on full tilt because you don't do that. So I didn't get greedy. I took the Knicks with the points, even though I wanted to bet the money line. I took the points and just
I would agree.
I channeled it's like I had Mike talking on my shoulder and he was like, just take the points.
Just take the points. It's 3.5. The money line's not giving you that much more juice anyway. It's not that big a deal. Just take the points. Make it a little easier.
If Levine hits a buzzer beater 3 after Dame just did that to him,
yep,
I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. We're back at it. Just read on Twitter. Thank you. Charlotte sources say LaMelo gets the start. Rozier won't play unless 100%. I assume we will find out information on Rozier during this because we're taking our sweet time today. So we will find out. Brian, what's up, buddy? Watch the Blazers slander. You're not trying. I don't care. Oh, here's this. Rondo revenge game.
No, it's not revenge. He loved LA. It's not revenge.
That's true.
Revenge is like when someone really hated the organization.
Can you speak to Kings Pelicans? We will get to that game.
Yeah, I love that game.
Steven Adams is now doubtful. Roasting, paving, and concrete with all your paving
concrete
needs. He also let us know Giannis is active. That was kind of expected. And where can I bet? Tell me what states you are in, and I will let you know. If you're in Canada, Ghost can let you know. How's that sound? So you just let us know where you are, and I can give you a promo code to give you free money. 3 max entry, Baby Ballsack and Halliburton, Fox Pivot, Barton, Giannis, JaVale, nice, Dame Mello, and Revenge Rondo.
I love that. Yeah, I kind of stole my thunder before I got to the Sacramento game there, but obviously I love Tyrese Halliburton tonight. So
yes, you love Tyrese Halliburton every night. You are in Kentucky. Unfortunately, sports betting is not legal in Kentucky, so I can't really help you legally. Quick Google search will help you figure that one out. All right, let's move on to the next game. Let's move Sacramento and Nolens. We have Pelicans favored by 3. Over under of 234. Fuck yeah, let's go. You like Halliburton. You like Fox. Fox was a lock button. You like Zion. Steven Adams is doubtful now. So I think that means fire the hell out of Zion, right? That sounds great.
Nobody's going to be able to guard the paint there on Zion. And then especially now that Steven Adams is out, I talked about it last show where his rebounding upside is kind of capped. Well, now it just went back to what it should be. So I definitely like Zion in this matchup. The key stat here is that under Stan Van Gundy, they've been playing really slow, New Orleans. And it really grinds our gears because they played super fast last year. And it was fun to play the nonchalant, no defense, young, fast Pelicans.
That was fun.
And Stan Van Gundy comes and he turns them into a team of Chris Pauls using 24-second shot clocks and just running out possessions. So things changed. Past 4 games, they were in 4 pace-up spots. Granted, it was their opponents, but again tonight, they're in a pace-up spot. And the Pelicans have been playing at the fastest pace in the entire league over the past 4 games. You'll love to see it.
You really do.
There's a certain Sacramento King point guard who likes to play fast. Mama, I want to go fast. Ricky Bobby.
Yes.
I want to go fast. That's the way De'Aaron Fox steps onto the court and he says, Mama, I want to go fast. This guy runs up and down the court for 38 minutes straight. I cannot wait to see De'Aaron Fox in this matchup, let alone being guarded, trying to be guarded.
Paid attention to. Yes.
Yeah, just his eyes might hurt after watching him go by him all the time, but this is a smash spot for De'Aaron Fox. I absolutely love this one. And then on top of that, they have another certain, I don't want to say primary ball handler, secondary ball handler. I'll give him the kudos that they drafted this year that I said, should he start for Buddy Hield or at least get enough minutes with De'Aaron Fox, that would be one heck of a fast backcourt. Tyrese Halliburton, 30-plus minutes in the past couple of games. You love to see it.
You really do. You really
love to see it.
That's
if I have to choose, because I don't know if the question came up, but it might, Brandon Ingram or Zion, I'm going Zion.
Yeah, now
as much as I don't like watching Harrison Barnes as a player, I much rather attack Zion's matchup in the paint than I would Harrison Barnes on the wing. Like his defense isn't, he's not one of the best defenders in the league, but he's the best defender on Sacramento. So I rather pass from there and go Zion. I am cool with Brandon Ingram. Just don't play both at that point though. I would go with Zion over Ingram, and I do like Zoe in this spot as well.
Like LaMelo more. One thing. So
I like the over in this game.
Of course, Ghost. We already knew that. Really important. Big Duke fan here. Zion, why are we not talking about this guy more? I don't understand it. Like, what he is doing through his first 40 NBA games is only matched by legitimately Shaquille O'Neal. That's it. Like, the number of points he's scored, I think he's behind like David Robinson and Shaquille O'Neal. Field goal percentage behind Shaquille O'Neal. Rebound is like what he's doing is insane. And now they're giving him the ball. I was watching when they just beat the shit out of the Bucks. They would just give him the ball on the wing, and now they're letting him just dribble and do whatever the hell he wants. The dude can pass. Like, that's the thing. Like, that was kind of lost, I think, in his athleticism and everything. Watching him at Duke for that year, the dude can see the court. He knows how to pass the ball, where to put it, and how to get it there.
Very well.
I mean, in that game against the Bucks, he had like 25, 9, and 7. Like, what the hell are we doing, guys? Like, why are we not talking about him more? So hopefully, I don't think the Pelicans are making the playoffs this year.
That was one of the players that I wrote down.
That's a good question. We can find that out. But while you look for that, Arian, kind of like that. Very pretty name. If I go to Indiana, you can go to here we go. You can go to pointsbet.com. I think pretty much everything's legal in Indiana. PointsBet, DraftKings, FanDuel, you can get all that shit in Indiana. So I would go to pointsbet.com, use promo code WINDAILY. That's where I am getting the lines from. And you can get a bunch of free money. You put in $20, they give you $20. Now you got $40 to bet with. Ghost will build your bankroll. You're pretty much good to go from there. So that is pretty much it. You can pretty much get whatever you want in Indiana. It's a great, great state of Indiana. What do we got, Ghost?
Zion over 24.5 points.
I took that Saturday and it didn't work. I also took Steven Adams over 9.5 rebounds and he ended with 2. And I think that's because he was hurt.
Why'd you take Steven Adams over rebound?
Because he gets like 20 rebounds a game. I just saw it and I was like, that looks like fun. Just kind of was bored at my wife's house, my wife's parents' house. Like, kind of play some bets. Just play some bets, but that was fun. So do you think the Pelicans win? I think the Kings cover. Let me say that.
Good teams win, great teams cover.
Exactly.
I mean the Kings tonight.
Yep, I'm taking the Kings to cover. Love it. Let me just write down Zion points. Hopefully win that. All right. Let's go back to the board. We only have a couple games left. 3 left, 4 left, 4 left. All right. OKC and Houston. We have, let's see. Where does it go? Rockets favored by 5 on the road. Over under of 224.5. So that's a nice little total we got there. And Waba is out. George Hill is still out. And that's pretty much all that matters. Christian Wood, who's he going up against? Is Al Horford going to stop Christian Wood tonight? Question mark? Yeah, I didn't think so.
I'm pretty much off this game, but there are a couple of individuals that you could use to kind of round out your lineups that I'm okay with. Maladon has been getting some solid minutes, good potential out there, and he handles the ball well for somebody that doesn't really get to handle the ball all that much. Especially when George Hill is in that lineup, and obviously he's sharing the court sometimes with SGA. He handles it really well. So I can see him kind of sharing the court with SGA a lot tonight, and it kind of caps his upside. But the potential's there, especially at how cheap he is. It's more of a point per dollar play than, hey, this guy's going to break the slate. Like, this is more like, I need somebody that's really cheap to kind of round out my roster. You could do a lot worse than Maladon. Outside of that, I'm not playing SGA. I'm not playing Al Horford. It's not 2005.
But if it was,
is that the year he was in a Hawks jersey?
Probably. I don't know. 1988, he was in a Hawks jersey. If you're asking me,
he was in a Hawks jersey before I was born. So like, anyway, if he was in a Hawks jersey, then I would play him.
Love it.
Outside of that, OKC is just not a team that gets me fired up. Lou Dort chalk night. Yeah, hate to see it.
Yeah, that's easy fade.
40% own Lou Dort. Wowza. That for me, if that's what burns me tonight, I'm going to sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
I am not playing Lou Dort at all. I'm not playing Lou Dort. 40% on Lou Dort.
Yikes. A little bit of news from Losing Paving and Concrete.
For all your paving and concrete needs.
Terry Rozier is out. LaMelo Ball, fire it up. We got a little more information. Tell the dude, I think that's you, Arian, to go to the Indiana border. Indiana lets me place bets from Ohio. Won the jackpot, dude. Ohio will get it soon. There's enough people there, and all the states need money. So let's go. Any place in Oklahoma? Nah, pretty sure that's illegal. Let's go back, see what we got here. Second, 3 Max Luka, KCP, English, Michael English, Trent, Zion, JaVale, Augustine, Barton, Joker.
Is Augustine popping? I didn't see that. If he is.
I'm on.
If he's not, you could probably do better than DJ Augustine.
To the model. Jared Allen. Holy shit. Talk about popping. Him and JaVale McGee. That's awesome. No, it doesn't really look like Augustine. I don't see him anywhere.
I don't think you need.
Yeah, it's still scrolling. Oh,
TPJ in the chat. What's up, bro?
What's up? TPJ's there?
Well,
What's up,
it's
TPJ?
it's the HNB page. I imagine that's TPJ.
Yeah, he's the best, man. Shout out TPJ. He's working on his own now, doing his own thing. Fucking love to see it. Shout out him. Yeah, get off Augustine, man. Come on, Brian.
Yeah, get off DJ Augustine.
Yeah,
it's not. Can't do it.
Third, same lineup as second, but pivot Luka to Dame, Giannis for Joker, and you're gonna get rid of Augustine. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get rid
Let's
of Augustine.
go.
FanDuel GPP, Zoe, Simmons, Halliburton, Quickly, Barton, K Johnson, AVC, Zion, and Joker. Wow, Zion, Joker, and Giannis. That is
strong, man. Look at those last three.
Ooh,
and you got to reach in there with Zoe.
Give it to me. Let's go.
I like that.
Here we go. Here we go. Ball, Drew, Sexton, DeRozan. No DeRozan.
Is that a? Oh no. Next comment. I was like, is that a question or?
There we go. Ball, Drew, Sexton, DeRozan, Ingram, Grant, Porzingis, Young.
Young
and Young. No DeRozan. Wait, on FanDuel. Can you play him on FanDuel?
I will never. I'll never play DeRozan. I'll never play DeRozan. That's more of a personal thing. But I can't get there. He's that guy that will be 7K and he gets you a 35.0 points, 5 times the salary every night. Like it's just his upside is just not there. And again, if he's the guy that puts up 50 to me, that's fine, because while everybody played him at 50, 60% ownership the other night and everyone was mad because he put up 7 points, I didn't play him. Like it's just I'll never play DeRozan because there's more downside to him than there is upside.
Yeah, Jay was complaining on Sirius that he played DeRozan pretty funny. Garland and Graham or Zoe and Quickly?
Oof. Zoe Quickly.
I had to shovel a bunch of snow today. My hands hurt. Subscribe to the Win Daily Sports page right there. Click it, subscribe. Also like this video if you haven't already. It's the easiest thing in the world and it really does help us out. Augustine is best at his value. I believe you. I kind of just quickly scrolled, so you know how to do this thing, Brian. Trust the goddamn model. What up from TPJ? Love you, TPJ. But he's getting blown out tonight, so Drea's taking the under, it sounds like. Unless she thinks like really blown out, like 100 to 140.
But blown out meaning what? How much do they lose by? I'll give you an interval. Like you don't have to give me an exact point, just like interval. Blown out by what?
10.5. Because 10.5 is the line, isn't it?
Just give.
Okay.
Great teams cover. I don't need them to win. I just need them to cover.
Backdoor covers are nice. All right. 3 games left, but first, this episode is sponsored by our friends over at Blue.
20 to 40. They're gonna lose by 40.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. I'm mute.
All right. Well, you're gonna have some time to worry about Blue Chew, because if your game that you're watching is that big of a blowout, you're gonna have some stuff to do. So one of those stuffs could be sex. And you know what? Fuck it. Make it great sex. Why not? Guys, now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. Listen up, BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color, BLUE. Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. You can take them anytime, day, good for you, or night. Congrats on the sex. Even on a full stomach, so you can be ready whenever the opportunity arises. Blue Chew is made in the United States of America. It is prescribed online by licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctor. You don't have to wait in line. It's cheaper than a pharmacy, and they prepare and ship it right to your door in discreet packaging. But honestly, I'd flaunt that shit. Get it. Congrats on the sex. No awkwardness, and you don't need to leave the house in a pandemic. If you could benefit more from confidence where it counts, Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code WINDAILY. Just pay $5 in shipping. Again, that's BLUE Chew.com. Promo code WINDAILY. Try it for free. Only pay $5 in shipping. When you support them, they support us with more money, which is nice. And we like money. That's why we do this. Oh, and John says they taste great. Sweet. Fuck yeah, let's go. Good for you, John. Congrats on the sex. All right, what do we got here? Thoughts on Malik Monk? Does he play still?
I'm not playing Malik Monk. There's
But
other values that just
I-
opened up in like the past 10 minutes that I'm not.
Is he not suspended? I swear to God, I thought this guy was suspended for like ever because he had all those drug charges or something. What about Rodney Hood? Dookie?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Because I want that game to stay close, and I don't want Rodney Hood on the court.
Drew
on the court, then they're getting smacked.
Drew owns Dame. The GOAT lineup. Magic. Oh, we do this every week, Paul. I don't get it. Fox, Ball, Halliburton, Sexton, Ingram, Barton, McGee, Zion, Capella, FanDuel, GPP.
If you're not playing Giannis, just swap Ingram for Middleton.
Love it.
That way you have Zion alone and Middleton without Giannis. Ingram might get more raw points, but when you're talking about your lineup making sense, that's what makes sense.
Rusling, paving, and concrete.
For all your paving and concrete needs.
I got my hat. D'Angelo Russell will play. Appreciate you you coming in hot. Jace, nope, no other ads. We'll get to Manscaped tomorrow. Don't worry. Talk about shaving my balls a little bit. Glide, what did I miss?
What a nice box it comes in. The box that it comes in.
The box is nice. Oh, and they have a cologne. They just sent me a cologne, which is sweet. What did you miss? Honestly, pretty much the whole show. So might just want to rewind. Good stuff in there though. Had some laughs, had some fun. Phoenix and Dallas. The line to this game. Oh, the Wolves Cavaliers game actually was taken off the board. So that's an interesting one. I guess that's with D'Lo in now. I don't know. It's weird. Wolves. Phoenix and Dallas. Dallas favored by 2.5. Over under of 217. Kind of low, which sucks. Do we have any injury news? Booker is questionable. Do we know if he's going to be in? Maybe. Hopefully. Sarge is out. Whatever. Yeah. Dallas favored by 2.5. What do you got from this game? 3 games left.
I'm not playing anything from a DFS perspective from this game.
But you want to take the Suns money line, don't you?
I really do.
Just take the points, dude. Take the 2.5 points. I'm telling you. Sometimes it's just worth it. Just take the points.
We'll put this one on the back burner. But if you wanna ride or die, I like the Suns plus 2.5. It's hard for me to get away from that. Dallas looks so bad. They're just playing so
I'm going to take the Suns plus 2.5. So
okay, I'll do it with you. Let's go.
What was the other one? We had another one too. What was the other one? Oh, do we want to do? I don't really want to take the Knicks
plus 10.
We're really doing that. Dre thinks they're going to lose by 40.
It's the same game parlay. You have to do at least one game, same game parlay. I can't even do them. You have to do them for me.
All right, the over and the Blazers.
And then Zion over 24.5 points.
Yep, I got that. That's easy. I'll take that one in my sleep.
Knicks plus 3.5.
Knicks plus 3.5. Love it. All right, to the board. So we don't care about this game. I mean, Luka, right? Like, can you 10-8?
Yeah, I'll never say no to playing Luka. It's like if you tell me tonight I'm not playing Giannis, I'm playing Joker. Okay, like that's completely fine too. Like it's guy's the MVP of the league right now, so it's like I'll never say no to playing Luka. I'll never say no to playing Joker. It's just
why did we not take Joker to win the MVP? I took Maul at like plus 33,000 or whatever.
It was really it wasn't good odds though. It was plus 1,800. I remember. I think we even spoke about it because he was the same odds as KD.
No, KD was plus 900. He might have been the same odds as James Harden, who was like plus 2,000 or something. We took that too.
I don't know. I gotta go back and watch it.
I want Donovan Mitchell to blow up because the Jazz end up being the best team in the West, and he just goes berserk the last 3 quarters of the year. He'd win the MVP. It's just best player on best team.
Yeah.
And I have like $3 on him at like plus 30,000, so it's like $90. It's not that bad.
Not that bad.
It's not that
Very
bad.
nice.
I mean, even if it just like blows up a little bit, I'll cash that out for like $20.
I have the link bookmarked anyways because we gotta pull the clips after when LaMelo, Tyrese Halliburton, and Cole Anthony are 1, 2, and 3 in rookie voting. So
I'm here for it, buddy. All right, let's move on. A couple games left. Memphis and San Antonio. San Antonio -4 at home. Over under of 221.5. Jonas Valanciunas is out. I think he's been out for a little while. Jerry Jackson Jr. still hasn't played. Hopefully he plays at some point. Grayson Allen can't trip people. He's going to be out. This game is probably going to suck, right?
It's not on a 10-game slate. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not that bad of a game though. Like, don't sleep on this game completely.
I'm going to sleep on this game. It starts at 10 o'clock at night, dude.
Same. I'm out. Obviously, you could play DeJounte Murray.
Oh, of course. Duh.
If you're running DeJounte, you could probably run Ja on the way back. DeAndre Melton got a ton of minutes last time. Played like 32 minutes off the bench. So that was kind of spicy. If you want to fire him up as a value play, people are likely going to chase that though. Then again, Lou Dort is 40% owned. So if no one's playing Melton because everybody's playing Lou Dort, that's a great pivot at the exact same price. Outside of that, Xavier Tillman, of course, his price is kind of getting up there now that the entire DFS world has been playing this guy at 3,500 when he was a starter playing 30 minutes, and DraftKings and FanDuel just completely dropped the ball by not increasing his price because Memphis missed like the whole 2021 season before they got back into action. So his price is getting back up there, but he has a relatively safe floor. He would be a guy that I would slot in comfortably into a cash game lineup. If he's your last man in, you could definitely do a lot worse than Xavier Tillman tonight.
I love it. A couple of things in the chat, but I saw this one, so I want to put it out there. So the bets are Suns, Knicks, and Blazers all to cover. Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just take the Blazers to cover though, as Go said. Just parlay it with the Blazers.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, this is me bringing like the DFS side into it. If the Blazers are covering, it's because Dame is going off. So that's what I'm saying. It's like if
they have to hit over
at that point, you have to hit the over, because if Dame's going off, that means it's a tight game. Like, that means him and Giannis are going back and forth. Like, so that's why I like the over with the cover, because if Milwaukee blows them out, the over is not happening.
And the odds on that are probably pretty fun. And you can go on FanDuel Sportsbook and get like parlay insurance, most likely too, which is nice.
Which I can't do up here, so do it for me.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. I got you. Where the hell is this game? Portland, and the over gives you odds of plus 238. So that's nice. Put half a unit on it. Don't put a full unit on it. Put half a unit on it, and you quadruple your money.
You bet these things small too, right, guys? Like, don't go nut. Like, if you have, I don't know, I'll just use a round example. Don't get mad if you have less or more than this in your account. There, it's not to insult anybody, but let's say you have $10. Don't put $9 on parlays. Like, you gotta, at the end of it, like, I'm a firm believer that I never bet more than 20% of my bankroll, DFS or betting, ever. And I'll never go over that. And even a lot of the time, I end up spending less than that, because you can't go. You lose once, and then it's just you're depositing. That's not profitable long term, especially when we're talking about the DFS side. If you have $50 in your DraftKings account tonight, you're entering 20% of that into play, and then 2/3 of that has to be cash. Mm-hmm. So that way, if your GPPs don't hit, you break even with your cash. And if neither hit, well, your bankroll is still there for you to just lather, rinse, repeat the next day, and you'll just get back to the exact same spot 24 hours later, because that's NBA DFS. It plays every day. So while people are saying like, oh, I like it, especially for a lot of people, this might be their first season playing NBA DFS, considering now it's like the only major sport that's going on, with how funky the seasons are going, whatnot, and of course the NHL is going on as well. But more people end up playing NBA DFS than NHL DFS. It's not NFL. You don't play once a week where it's like, okay, let me dump so much more money into it, and then you have a week and it's like you could play more. Like, NBA is every day. Mm-hmm. If you lose 3 days in, like, imagine yourself losing 1 week in NFL, you're probably pretty upset, because you're like, man, I prepared all week for this, and I lost. What would happen if you lost 4 weeks in a row in NFL? You'd be pretty pissed. Yeah, that could happen in 96 hours in NBA. It's completely normal to lose 4 days in a row in NBA. It's every single day. Like, it's so don't get, like, you can't get too caught up, because then I'm swear to God, you're going to be depositing every 24 hours at that point, because you're just going to be chasing your losses, and it's not profitable long term.
Take it easy, take it slow. Listen to Ghost Man. Play a lot of cash games. Play some GPP. And then for NFL, listen to Ghost. Tail Sticks. Sticks, I think, had 2 weeks where his cash games didn't hit cash. And, we saw him profit. I mean, I don't know how much he profited, but I know he hit 6 figures 3 times this year. And then
The guy must have grossed
50K
over.
another 2
I
times.
must have,
He bought a house. He bought a goddamn house
he
with
must
his
have
DFS
grossed
money.
over $750,000. Like that's just, and then on top of that, you pick one slate. And the thing that's nice is that, NFL, we talked about it where it's like you pick one slate where I don't want to say you go all in, but you play a lot more. That's why you'll play 40, 50, maybe even 60% of your bankroll. You go all in to that extent, meaning 40, 50, 60%. Maybe, I don't know what the exact percentage is that you end up playing. NBA, you have that opportunity every day where it's you find a slate that you love and then you could play that much. NFL, it's like you really have to pick your poison, and it's like it's only 16 weeks. Nobody goes all in on week 17. That's just crazy talk. And even week 1, you don't go all in. So you got 15 weeks where it's like, man, if you only have 15 slates, bro, that's 2 weeks of NBA DFS. We got 6 months to go here. So like, take your time. I know it, and it's very frustrated to get. It's very easy to get really frustrated with NBA too, because a couple days in a row of losing, it's only 3 days, guys. It's like, picture yourself three weeks of NFL. It's not the same thing at all. It's 3 days. You have NBA every single day.
You'll love it.
It's a completely different sport than anything else than DFS. There's no sport that's harder than NBA, with a special mention to PGA. That's hard.
PGA is nuts. But listen to Sia and Joel just won 70K too, so pay attention to him too. We got some. Yeah, that's honestly, he should be winning 100. I'm a little disappointed in Joel. But no, I mean, honestly, NBA is really the only ticket in town till about May, because baseball is going to postpone because it's just a bunch of fucking assholes. Excuse me, Jace. I apologize if your kids are still listening. But yeah, it's just NBA from here till about May or June, people. So keep paying attention, keep winning with us, and we'll have a good time.
It's a daily grind, and it is hard. It is really hard, especially when you lose a couple days in a row. But that's NBA. The slate ends, and you don't have to. It's not NFL. You don't have to wait 6 days to go back in. You go back right the next day. You gotta tilt for 5 minutes, and that's it. You go to bed. It's over.
Oh, and Julian, one last thing. I know we kind of went on to a DFS thing there, but Ghost is pretty cold with his picks. So I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm gonna tell him.
One day, he's throwing me under the bus. One day.
It really is one day. You've been pretty good at this thing. Last game, and then we'll get to the chat, and then we'll get out of here because I want to go make some dinner. Yeah, Nuggets favored by 8 at home over the Pistons, 217.5. Joker is the MVP at this point, right? Like, it is insane what that guy did. He dropped 27 in the first quarter yesterday, 47 overall.
22 in the first quarter.
That's fucking insane. This dude is nuts. I love.
It's nuts. People are scared on a back-to-back to play a guy like that, especially you just drop 47, 57, 67. Who knows? It's just I lose count.
He was 77.
Yeah, probably. Wouldn't even surprise me. Honestly, wouldn't even surprise me. You could go right back to it. This is a Detroit front court that just can't defend, period. There's no analytical explanation. They give up by far one. I think I wrote in my article, I think they're 28th or 29th ranked against opposing centers. And now on top of that, they're playing the MVP of the league. So good luck. That's all I can say to Detroit. Outside of that, Will Barton is going to be very hard not to lock in on FanDuel. Again, that's 2021. We're locking in Will Barton. But he's $4,000 at a very, very terrible small forward position. And not only that, not only you have to roster one, you have to roster 2 of them. So $4,000, Will Barton, very hard for me not to lock that in. Even if he just gets me 20 points, he'll likely be one of the highest scoring small forwards because of how bad that position is tonight. So I'm going to have a ton of Will Barton. Even on DraftKings, he's priced relatively well at 48, and small forward over there too. It's just as bad. Thankfully, you only have to roster 1, but it's just as bad out there. Joker, Jeremy Grant is in a revenge spot, and he really didn't like the Denver organization. So
he didn't like Michael Porter Jr. and playing 45 minutes a night.
That too. But those are pretty much the only guys that I would really touch from this game. Monte Morris would be if people are thinking really, really outside the box, I guess I could consider Monte Morris, but on a 10-game slate, I don't really see the need to get that cute. Outside of that, I think that's it. This is a game that I'm primarily avoiding in the first place. I'm just trying to think of anybody that I would even consider in my player pool. That would probably be it.
Love it. Sorry, I was placing all my bets. All right, let's go back to the chat. Got a couple over here. And then we are out. Single entry Dookies. Baby Ballsack, Trent Jr., BI, Zion, Plum Dog, Hood, Bagley, Sexton. I mean, no, but I love it, Brian. And I always appreciate that.
So many choices.
Any love for Kleber? Elf returning tonight. Maxi Kleber.
Any love for Kleber? Well, is Porzingis not playing? Like, did I miss that?
No, he's playing.
Then no, I'm not playing Maxi Kleber.
Okay.
I was like, wait, did I miss something like major? Like
Brian thinks Blazers win by 5, so him and Drea.
Our Milwaukee bench is terrible.
They're very bad.
It's terrible, bro. When your first 3 off the bench are Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, and like I don't even know. It's bad. It's really bad. I don't care how strong their starting 5 is, and even then, it's not even that strong. It's literally just Giannis.
Love it. I placed all my bets. I just need to put my Zion bet in now. What I had before going outside for 2 hours, dude, it's gonna keep snowing. So, Dame, Maladon, Barton, Giannis, Allen, Monte, Rocco, Tillman for DraftKings single entry.
Put Tillman in the forward spot over Rocco, and then swap your utility.
Love it. What about UFC? Did y'all bet on the Conor fight? Of course, and we all lost. This is kind of how it goes. Cousins, FanDuel, GPP or no?
Hard pass.
Hard pass. Getting a weird amount of Aldridge tonight. Ew.
Yeah, it's just really cheap. So it's I assume you mean that you're running a ton of lineups and you're like checking optimizers and whatnot. It's normal just because the optimize, like one thing that I'll say quickly about optimizers, because both of us are starving too and been on over. I said I'd stay a bit longer time, but it's actually over an hour. So
I had such a good time. Fuck friends, by the way.
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna ask Jay for the login so I could log in and I can mute you. Like that. When an optimizer, if I could put it in like a funny / serious kind of way, it's a glorified calculator. That's what an optimizer is. It doesn't consider scenarios. It'll tell you like on a point per dollar basis if their value is best that you could play Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Zion, and Jackson Hayes, but like it's not going to cap anything for you unless you put in those rules, right? So, Aldridge is really cheap. There's probably not a lot of guys that have the same kind of upside around him, so it'll just continuously keep spitting out a ton of LaMarcus Aldridge. That's the one explanation that I give from you is that an optimizer requires a lot more manual work than most people believe. It's not just crunch a button. There's a lot of thought that goes into using an optimizer.
Zion Williams, 26.5. Is that too many?
Oh, 20. I got it at 24.
Yeah, I'll look at a couple other books then.
I'll place it for you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I got enough money.
26.5. Oh, it's high.
A lot. Yeah, I'm sure it's different. I'm looking at BetMGM right now.
If you get it at 25.5, I'll give you like the extra point, but 26 is I know it's only 2 points, but that's
a lot. I've won and lost bets by 0.5 multiple times.
It makes a big difference. So
Vegas knows. FanDuel GPP, large field. Thank you. Ball, Murray, Okoro, DDR. Sorry. Oh, well, you know how this one's going to go. LBJ, Bridges, Davis, Lamarcus, and Hayes.
I promise I'm not an asshole. I do this because I want to help.
He loves you.
Don't play LBJ and Davis together. Very rarely do they have a ceiling game together. DeMar DeRozan, I just can't. But if you're riding it, go for it. Trust your gut. It's not me that hits submit on the lineup. It's you. So if you're trusting that, go for it. Okoro, I know they're decimated with injuries. Andre Drummond's out, and he'll keep getting his 40 minutes. But this guy's a PJ Tucker in training as of right now.
Oh no,
he's a really good player, and I liked him out of this draft. He's a very talented player, but he just gets no usage on the offensive end. It's gonna go to Sexton, Allen, McGee, Chetty, Garland. All these guys will get touches before Okoro. That's my one issue with him. And I would not play. If you are playing DeRozan, please don't play LaMarcus Aldridge. Don't play the two of them together.
Yikes. Yeah, you're asking for a lot in that case. It's going to be different though. Large field GPP, that'll be different.
Yeah, it's going to be different. Just playing one, like that's the thing. When you're trying to get different, you don't have to get too different. Like just playing LeBron or Davis tonight, they're both going to be under 5% owned. So that alone, you could eat a lot of chalk elsewhere, right? So it's not that much of an issue.
I found Zion at 25.5.
Graham, Barton, Ingram, Giannis. Who's that at the end?
Zeller.
Foxball, Halliburton, Graham, Barton, Ingram, Giannis, Zion, Zeller. Yeah, that line looks familiar. Looks good.
Interesting. By the way, Malik Monk is popping. Wow. Honestly,
I haven't looked at it in the past hour, so you guys know this better than I do.
I'm looking at it right now. Joker value. God, he's just so good. LaMelo Ball. Holy shit. LaMelo Ball, Jared Allen, Derrick Rose, people. Yeah, Malik Monk is up there too. Listen, people.
Well, realistically, look, now that they said LaMelo, just quickly, because again, we're both starving, but LaMelo starting with Devontae Graham. Who's coming off the bench? Who's handling the ball?
Not me.
They're gonna have to stagger Devontae Graham and LaMelo. If I was the Hornets tonight, I would stagger LaMelo and Graham, and then you're rotating Malik Monk, and you're just rotating those three guys. Similarly to what Utah does when Joe Ingles was out, it was Conley, Mitchell, Clarkson, and they're just rotating all three of them.
You'll love it. Fox, Halliburton, Trent Jr., Giannis, McGee, Lonzo, Zion, Monk. Love Monk, I guess.
Yeah, fire it up. I like that.
Fire away, baby.
What's Malik Monk's salary on DK?
It's super cheap.
I wouldn't have considered him before.
3,300.
Oh yeah,
3,300. You're projecting him at over 6x value, so he's over 20 points right now.
Let's go.
You'll love to see it. DraftKings single entry: Fox, Melton, Barton, Giannis, Allen, Dort, Zion, and Hayes. Jackson Hayes.
Yeah, I just can't get behind a 40% on Lou Dort. It's really hard for me to get there. It's dangerous when you fade a 40% on Giannis Antetokounmpo, but when the guy is Lou Dort,
shout out Lou Dort though. Single entry: Depot, Halliburton, Covington, Giannis, McGee, Monk, Barton, Joker.
You got to swap out Rocco. Put Barton at small forward. And if you need somebody just to get a safer floor, you could go Tillman. I think he's the same price as Rocco. Yeah, so someone in that range. I'm just not on Rocco tonight. He could get there. It's just I also think that he's going to get 4 fouls in the first half.
Yeah, that's always a possibility. What do you think about Joel Embiid this season? He's going to beat the shit out of your Celtics.
Joker was not doing what Joker's doing, and Embiid didn't sit out 1 every 2 games, he would be MVP.
GPP, both balls freshly shorn. Nice. Halliburton, McGee, Giannis, Dame, Rudy Gay, and Connaughton.
You could probably swap out Connaughton for Malik Monk. I imagine they're going to be close to the same price. And
everybody loves Monk now. Honest to God, didn't know the dude was still in the league. I thought he was suspended, and I guess now he's one of our favorite plays tonight. Slow-mo or Keldon?
Keldon Johnson.
There we go. And who is the MVP? Joker. Hands down.
It's not even a debate for me.
All right, that's it, everybody. Ghost, where can everyone find you on the internet?
At DFS_Ghost over on Twitter, and of course with the Win Daily team in our Discord chat, windailysports.com/chat. You guys get 7 free days. Make sure you come and join. We have a ton of fun. Hopefully you guys like the show as much as we like being on here with you. Mm-hmm. And it's a ton of fun that we have on in there all day. Granted, we talk a lot of sports, but the gift game is unreal, and we're talking about jokes. We're talking about a bunch of different stuff. So make sure you guys come and join.
And we're helping you win a bunch of money. Oh, wait, Curry for MVP. We'll see. Season's still young. Steven's still young. You can find me at
50, so I'm cool with that. Cool.
I got him at plus 1,600.
Joker is doing Joker things right now.
You can find me at Michael1. You can find us at Win Daily Sports. Again, like this video, windailysports.com/chat, 7 free days in our expert Discord chat. For Ghostman, for myself, really appreciate everybody in the chat. We love each and every one of you. You're all fantastic and lovely. For everyone over here at HNB Media TV, we hope you make it a very profitable Mojito Monday. Let's go.